uh, you could be the world's best ball handler or shooter at 12 years old, but if you don't ever grow another inch, I mean, that's part of your, game as well. That maybe I might not have to worry about so much at mine. Talk a little bit about, uh, things that you see and when you're recommending players or giving, maybe even recommending just a road that they could go down. Do you take that into consideration about how do I know what things that you might see that what makes you think they might be 6'5" down the
Right.
road or something like that?
Yeah, that's one of the first things I do, and you know it as a coach. You look at measurements, and then you look at, okay, let's see what are the genetics, right off of the bat. So I'm already knowing, like, okay, wait a minute, this kid, he's got the chance to be XYZ because of who dad is. Like I got a kid right now, little kid, his name is little JJ. And JJ Taylor, his dad, Charlie Taylor, played in Louisville, and then his granddad, Charlie Taylor, played in Louisville, son, and then his dad played college basketball, and then he's playing professionally overseas. So I'm spending a little more time with JJ
You guys got the pedigree,
yeah,
right?
because I feel like he's got the pedigree, and then also he's got the people that understand what the process looks like. And the biggest thing now is the hardest thing to what your question was, Russ, is you have so many people involved in it now that really don't know it. And they think they do, and they give their expert opinions to all of these people. So you have the blind leading the blind. So now,
Because I mean, tell me, are not still even in the basketball travel world, or isn't a large portion of the coaches simply just dads?
I was on the phone with Rajan. I run Rondo Elite, and Rajan and I were on the phone this morning, and that was one of the things that we were talking about was just in the basketball world, it's like every coach is a dad, and you can't find people that aren't dads. And I said, well, that's because when you go to baseball or you go to volleyball in particular, they pay the coaches. So now it's set up in the plan already to make sure that this coach gets X amount. So now I can go out and really solicit some coaches that are being paid to coach.
Well, we're going to take a break real quick, Tim. Let's keep going on down that path when we return. But you're listening to the Travel Ball Show here on ESPN Radio in Louisville, Kentucky. We'll be back momentarily.
But you hit it. A lot of the
So we left it off where most coaches are parents. And that's what the last thing we talked about.
It's the Travel Ball Show. We're here with Mr. Tim Barnett, owner of F.O.C.U.S Basketball with Russ and John. If you want to text in, please text in on the PPL text line, Pitching Performance Lab text line, 502-473-9680. Tim, we left talking about daddy coaches. Is that about
Daddy
it, Russ?
ball.
Daddy ball. You know, we see it a lot. I say we see it a lot. I think we see it less and less as kids grow older in baseball, football, soccer. On the basketball side, though, again, I don't know much about the basketball scene. What do you see on your side? Is it more parents coaching or no?
I think it gets better with the 15s, 16s, and 17s. You know, but the problem is so many parents ruin their kid at the younger level. And then so many parents kind of ruin teams and friendships and just general relationships at that younger level. You know, so I think that basketball, if we can find a way to really get where it's paid more, because at the end of the day, let's just be honest, things that are worth having usually cost something most of the time. You know, so.
And you mentioned that you got your full-blown travel ball flying all over the country, but you got other levels as well, correct?
Yeah. So what we do at F.O.C.U.S Basketball Academy is we run basketball through a program called Rondo Elite. Rondo Elite is the full-blown travel, maybe 3 or 4 times a month, you know, going all over the place. But then also we've got Team 9. And Team 9 is more regionally based, but it's really good coaching. You know, we take it serious, and it's not quite the level of a YMCA or something like that. It's more real basketball, serious basketball. It's just cost a little bit more cost efficient, and we don't travel as far away. But it's a good middle ground to get really good basketball and get taught the right way.
I think people need that, Tim, because you know some people just have one child, and that's great. But what if I have 2 or 3 or 4 kids, and mom's taking this one this direction, and dad's got this one going over here? Some people cannot play travel sports because they can't afford it, or they have multiple kids. So I think that's great.
Right, and you know, and that's one thing that we try to do at F.O.C.U.S Academy is we really don't let the financial part keep you away. You know, if you're someone that wants to get better in the game of life, and you know, mom and dad are good people, or grandma, grandpa, and they want to come volunteer with us, then we create ways for you to get in there. Because again, for us, it's about teaching the game of life. You can reach us at www.focusbasketball.com and find out what we have going on there. If you're interested in high-level basketball travel, you can find us at www.rondoelite.com. And then if you're a girl and you're looking to play the game at a high level, you can find us at www.danaevanselite.com. So we got a little bit for it all, for the beginners, in between, and the folks who think that they're NBA and WNBA players.
So if they wanted to stop by the gym and check out a training session, is that possible?
Absolutely. We've got drop-in sessions, and then we have monthly memberships. So you can come in, just check it out one day, see if you like it, and if you like it, you can come back as much as you like.
And it's easy to find. It's on River Road. Just look for all the boats, and it's right there tucked in behind. But check out the website to get the exact address, and you can find those guys. Well, I'll tell you what. I wanted to touch on the Enrichment Center before we concluded. I'm excited that Louisville has this, and I knew a little bit about it, but learning more about it and hearing Tim about his mission to not only teach basketball, but to teach life lessons. Help us understand what the JEB Enrichment Center does in association with the Academy.
Okay, well, the Enrichment Center is kind of like our brainchild. You know, like for me, the biggest thing is we know and understand that we're not going to play basketball forever, or we're not going to play football or baseball forever. So our biggest thing is when we get our athletes is to constantly stress this is just a game of life, and this is just a small part of your life. Like this is a small part compared to your real life. And so what we want to do is always make sure that we're building the student athlete holistically. So we've got a partnership with JCPS where we do a summer backpack camp. We do ACT, SAT prep. We actually this weekend we have a college fair, and we have 52 schools that'll be here. We're giving out 3 scholarships. Then we're giving out three students will have a chance to win $500 book stipends. So what we do on River Road isn't just basketball. Like our thing is about teaching the game of life, and to say, basketball can teach us what we need to do to be successful in life. Also, for us, it's big because basketball is a sport that's always brought people together: white, black, orange, green, upper class, middle class, lower class. And that's what sports is to me. So it's about us working together and helping to build our community and build it like it has been built in the past, not what I feel like some of the stuff is going on today, and that's another topic.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so again, for us, it's about educating the student, the parent holistically to get them to grow.
Parents, if you got a youth basketball player or someone that's interested in learning the game, a lot of times you don't know about folks like Tim or resources to go to. Now you do. Great resources. If you got a young person, if he's a fit, great. If he's not, I'm sure he's got other people he can recommend that may be a fit. But the community of basketball here in this region is strong. It's about helping the kids get better. Tim is a great starting point. Check him out at focusbasketball.com. Russ, what were you going to say?
You know what I'm hearing? I'm hearing things like the first tee in the golf world, the Tiger Woods Foundation, things like that. This is either of those two kind of help form where you're at too right now?
Yeah, definitely. And like for me, just as a person, I know and I understand what coaches did for me. And if it wasn't for coaches, not necessarily the game, but the coaches that kind of got me going in the right direction, then I may not be sitting here speaking with you all. So also real quick, we've got speed, agility, and quickness training down there. A guy by the name of Charles Tilley does UCU. So it doesn't matter what sport you play, basketball, hockey, baseball, whatever. If you're looking to become a better athlete, we also have that down on River Road. It's called UCU, Speed, Agility, and Quickness Training.
I promise this isn't a big Focus commercial, but I tell you right now, Tim has donated an hour of his time to join us, and I can't be more impressed. Again, parents, if you got a son or daughter looking to get bigger, stronger, faster, whether it's basketball or not, he's got several options. The holidays are around the corner. Maybe it's an opportunity to send them away for a week or so and have some time to yourself. I say that with a smile on my face because it is what it is. But no, Tim, thanks so much for joining us. We got some crazy stuff coming up. Next week is Thanksgiving. We're going to be taking off for Thanksgiving, but the following week, we've got the Jay Sword coming to join us from Jay Sword Baseball Academy, located over in New Albany, Indiana. Former Division I and professional player, former Division I and professional coach, full-time hitting coach. He knows a little bit about everything. Great resource, but he's going to be joining us in the studio to talk about what he sees from his side, and he's got a great perspective. And his wife Shelly does the training there at Sword Sport and Wellness. So she's getting them fit as well, and he's doing the baseball, softball side of the house. But Russ, wish you happy Thanksgiving, and we'll see everybody here in a couple weeks. What's on your plate for the next couple weeks with the holidays? Are you traveling any, Tim?
No, we're just gonna sit back. We're gonna get in the gym and get all the holiday training in we can. So this is a good time for us.
It's a good time, isn't it? Because
yes,
people are at home, and it's a good chance to get out and play some basketball. Now I got to ask you. You see, by the way, I saw a good movie recently with Adam Sandler. It was Hustle. Have you seen that movie yet?
Yeah.
All right, so it was pretty cool to see some of the pickup games that they had and some of the players that were doing those pickup games. out of curiosity, do any of those pickup games happen to take place at Focus when nobody's watching?
Oh my gosh! If only you knew. If only the walls could talk. I tell people I wish I had like the tapes when you got Rondo in the gym and you got Peyton and Russ and you got Trez.
Just getting after it.
If only you all knew.
Woo!
That's big
Are there
time
any,
basketball.
I got it on that. No fouls called.
Oh, right. If only you all knew. Quick story. I put an NBA line down in the gym, all because Rajon didn't like Larry O'Bannon getting credit for 2-point shots that weren't pro shots. so
a lot of pride taking place,
yeah,
right?
so Larry's making shots and Rondo's like, "Oh, that's not a three. It's not a professional three." So we added the NBA 3-point line.
I love that. Russ will have to pop down there and do a remote session one night, right?
Hopefully those guys aren't there. So we won't be able to take a shot.
We'll just be like, no, hey, we ain't playing. Let's not be crazy. No, this is wonderful, Tim. Thanks so much, and thanks for sending in on the text line tonight, the PPL text line. Make sure you check out our sponsors, closeoutbats.com. Got a great sale happening, and they got some Black Friday stuff occurring. If you enter the Travel Ball Show, you'll get a free Evo Shield Performance tee. Just make sure you include your size, and they'll send that right over. The Players NIL, we've got a special happening with those guys as well. Check them out online. And Tim, doggone it, I wanted to touch base on NIL because of what you're doing with Tim Barnett Media. And we got about a minute, right? We got 2 minutes left. Help me understand more about what you're doing in the NIL space, if you're doing anything there.
Well, actually, what we're doing, I'm actually working with Tony Williams, who a lot of people know, to try to just educate people on really what NIL means. And then taking the younger kids now, getting them to understand how to now use their social media for the power to build their brands. So now later, NIL may really be a real thing for them.
You know, there are some states approved already for NIL, and I'm hopeful, fingers crossed, that it happens in Kentucky sooner than later, because to your point, there's opportunity there. Some of these kids can really not take advantage, isn't the right word, but benefit.
There you go. They can benefit on it just like everyone else does. You know, just like every company that's doing something, that's building a brand, they should be able to do it as well.
You know, you got the young ladies like Haley Van Lith down the road here, just killing it on the NIL side, as well as some of her teammates, and on the boys side as well, on the men's side. So NIL it's the wild, wild west right now.
Mm-hmm.
But given this area and the quality of players that come through this area, it would only make sense that we'll see more of it happening at the younger levels.
Yes, we better get on board now, because it isn't going anywhere.
Well, I think we need to get somebody on board with Focus Basketball, and it's going to be the brand ambassador, and it just takes money, right?
You know it.
Oh my goodness.
www.focusbasketball.com.
Check him out, guys, and listeners. Good stuff happening, and I want to check out one of those pickup games at some point here in the future, just to be a fly on the wall like you talked about. But Tim, again, thank you so much for taking an hour out of your night. We know you're busy. Thanks for joining us. Russ, my fearless companion, thank you as always for supporting me in the show. The Travel Ball Show, episode number 2. Join us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. Let us know what you're thinking, what you want to hear in the future, and we'll do our best to get the resources to bring it to fruition. But have a great Thanksgiving. Hopefully you're doing it, playing a lot of basketball, enjoying the family, playing some games. And we will see you here in 2 weeks with Jay Sword from Sword Baseball Academy. Have a great night.
Cards, let me ask you guys, what's going on with cards?